Hey y'all, it's Sandy. I'm not doing mommy time with Sandy tonight. I'm actually just doing a general segment. Obviously, silent support is something that's been kind of sitting on me for a while, and I decided to go ahead and talk about it. Please excuse my voice if I sound tired or even, my appearance right now if I look tired. I am. It's after 11 o'clock. But it's something that I felt that needs to be talked about. So, silent support. We've all heard the phrase, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. A lot of people don't take that to heart anymore. When people talk to someone, be it, a parent, auntie, uncle, friend, teacher, whatever it is, we have the misconception now that when someone is sharing something, that they're asking for an opinion, an approval, permission, a resolution. And that's not the case a lot of the times. So, the purpose of this video is just to kind of bring awareness to that. When someone's talking to you, the best thing that you can do is listen. Listen just for the sake of listening. Listen with the intent to understand, not with the intent to respond. So when someone says to you, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, your automatic reaction shouldn't be, well, why are you going to do this? Well, I did that and da 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 da. Because what that statement was just that, a statement. There was no question mark at the end of that. That person didn't say, oh, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think? Oh, I'm thinking about doing this. Have you ever done that? I'm thinking about doing this. Have you ever been there? There was no question. So, where do you get off by responding with whatever it is that you're responding with at this point, especially if it's a negative response? I say this because we all know there is extreme, extreme, extreme power and strength in the tongue. And I don't think a lot of people realize just how much damage you really can do when you're constantly negative to a person. You can't be that way nowadays. Like I don't know if y'all realize that I'm not gonna get into preaching about nothing. I'm not gonna get into different beliefs. But what I will say is that we've all observed the fact that weather is different, crime is different, people are different, people are doing different things that's out of the ordinary. So, with that being the case, I think we all need to be cautious with how we respond to people and how we react and how we are with people. This is not the day and age where you can just, you know, you got to be cautious with people. Women, you got to be cautious with how you let men down if they try to talk to you. Nowadays you can't just say, no, I'm good, or, I'm okay. It's women getting killed for rejecting men. And you don't even necessarily have to be nasty about it. So this is why I'm saying be careful with what you say. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. I am personally afraid for our future, for our kids, because people my age, people older than me, people a little younger than me, everybody's scared to talk to somebody. And the reason why they're scared is because they feel that they're going to be judged. They feel like somebody's going to have something negative to say. They feel like they're not going to be supported. And when I say supported, it don't necessarily mean that somebody got to say, yes, absolutely, great job, awesome, you should totally do that. That's not what I'm saying. That's not the reaction that every person needs to support them. Sometimes the reaction that they need in regards to support is no reaction at all. Sometimes they just want silence. Sometimes they're just saying, some people, if they have something that they want to do, sometimes some people have to say it out loud. They're not looking for you to say something back. But sometimes they have to say it out loud. They have to throw it out into the atmosphere. Some people have to write things down. It just depends on the person. So if someone is coming to you expressing excitement about something or just general, you know what, I think I'm going to try this. You know what, I'm going to do that. You know what, I'm not doing this no more. I'm going to do that. Be careful with what your response is, because you also want to make sure that you realize that those are statements. Those are not questions. And when you're consistently negative to a person, it makes them not want to talk to you anymore. And it also puts blinders on people, especially kids, teenagers, weaker souls, people that are not quite comfortable with themselves yet. It's typically who that target is. When they put those blinders on after telling you something or expressing something with someone, and that person responds negatively about whatever it is that they shared, they have these blinders on. Now they have a point to prove, and that point is to prove that person wrong. We all experience that. If you're a teenager, you may be dating somebody or have dated someone who, at this point you realize it's not good for you at all. And, we've all said, if I knew then, but I knew now, you know. But one of those things, is that if you've expressed, this is my boo, this is the light of my life, da 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 da, your mama, your daddy, auntie, whoever may have bashed that person. And in your head, your first thought in your head and in your heart, you don't even know him. Or for a guy, you don't even know her. Whatever the case is, you just know you're crazy about this person. So now you want to prove that person wrong. You want to prove your mama wrong. You want to prove your daddy wrong. And now it's not about the fact that you enjoy this person or that you're crazy about this person or that they're the light of your life anymore. It's just about, I want to prove this person wrong. And you lose sight of you. You lose sight of what you were even doing in the beginning. And the person that you're trying to prove wrong is just sitting there like, they ain't shit and da 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 da. And they don't even realize, had they just been quiet, you'd have seen what they saw. As a parent myself, I understand feeling like ain't nobody ever gonna be good enough for your baby. I got it. I understand that now as an adult and as a parent. But we have to let people live. Not just your kids, your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, whoever. Everybody's timing is different. They may not see what you see. Same thing, vice versa. We've all made mistakes. We've all had experiences. We've all have fallen and had to get back up. But we had to make it our own. We had to experience it on our own. You can't take that away from a person. And so while your intentions may be good, you may have their best interests at heart by being real with them or being 100 with them or just telling them, well, I've been down this road and I don't want you to have to go down there. There's nothing wrong with you caring. There's nothing wrong with you wanting better for the next person. But you have to watch your delivery. You always want to make sure that you watch what you say, how you say it, when you say it, the tone that you're saying it. You want to always set the tone in regards to how you talk to people, because people take it wrong. The way that you give it off may not be the way that you intended it, but that doesn't change how that person received it, and it doesn't change how that person feels. And you can't control how a person feels. You can't do that. You can't control them. You can't tell them how they're supposed to feel because their feelings are their own. So when I say silent support, I'm simply just saying to everybody, please, please, please watch your mouths. I mean that in the most respectful way. Watch your mouth. You have to really take a step back. Look in the mirror, from now going forward. Lynn is here. This is Ash Wednesday, or now we're going into the second day. But, do a positivity situation, where you, before you speak, think about what you're about to say. Like, okay, wait. Don't be negative all the time. If somebody's talking about they want to do a new job, encourage them. Even if you've done that job before, Still encourage them. If you've never had that job before, encourage them. It's all about experience. That's what life is all about. Different experiences, having fun. At the end of the day, making different mistakes. Some can be avoided, but some can't. And that's the reality of it. But you got to let people live. But what I honestly say is the people who didn't have all that negativity in their ear, them yackers, those are the people that they grasp on real fast because they get into it, they see it, and they be like, no, hell no. And they always got somebody in their corner. They always got somebody backing them up, like, okay. And when I say backing them up, it don't necessarily mean that it's somebody patting them on the ass saying yes. It may just mean that they not discouraging them. You may not agree, but you're not disagreeing. You know what I mean? It there's a difference. So if you're watching this, you feel some type of way, you feel like, is she trying to talk to me? Is she trying to, talk about me? Please understand that this is not a personal rant. This is not to one person or a group of people. That's not what this is about. But I also understand if the shoe fits, wear it. Because if you feel guilty, that means that you are guilty. You want to watch what you're saying. Just do that. If you're incapable of being positive to somebody, or if you're incapable of just being quiet, you may need to draw attention to yourself. Maybe you're bitter on the inside. Maybe you're upset on the inside. Maybe you're discouraged on the inside. And that's coming out of your mouth. You know what I mean? And you may not even realize that that's what's happening. But after you watch this video, if something is kind of shaking and something stirring up, this might have been for you. It was something that's been sitting on my heart. It's been sitting in my spirit for a while. And it's like, okay, you got to talk about it. You got to get it out. So I decided to go ahead and get it out. It's no shade. It's all love. The reason that I'm doing this is to bring awareness, is to encourage you, to bring some light into that, that little darkness that's in there, to help you out, just to make you realize, damn, I might be a little negative Nancy. Let me try to be positive Patty for a little while. Let's see how that works. But it's all love. That's all it is. Watch it. Look some different things up, regarding on what your not regarding. Anyway, I'm tired, but depending on what your beliefs are, you can look up different scriptures about encouragement or positivity, or even just meditate on it. You can look up positive words. You can look up different affirmations. Like I said, Lent is coming up. If that's what you do, try being positive for 40 days and 40 nights. I'm not gonna never tell nobody. It's kind of hard to not say nothing negative all day, because even saying like I'm tired or I'm ready to go home, some people may consider that negative. But just try being positive. Like, before you say something to somebody, think about what you're about to say, especially if it's something regarding them. You want to always make sure that if somebody's talking to you about them or their personal situations, they're not talking about you. So they don't always want you to revert back to yourself, where you're saying, well, I did, or what I had, or that's not it. So that's it. That's my piece. I know this video long, so I'm finna go to bed. But silent support. Learn how to be quiet. I don't know how to do that no more. So that's it. Good night. Hope y'all share it. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm hoping that it helps somebody, even if it's just one person. I definitely know it's for somebody, because it's been sitting on me too hard and too long. So, yep. Silence support. Be quiet. There's power in silence. Good night.